At the end of 2007, Logistics Warehousing and Distribution Limited acquired the Supermarkets Convenience Group, a major national retailer of consumer goods. Over recent months, the process of transition leading into the takeover has caused many concerns with regards to the likely changes that may occur within s.c.g. With major change continuing to occur for all parties involved, this process of transformation and how management implements change will be important for the future success of the organization. The decision by LWD to operate s.c.g. independently has required the need for a review of the current management team. Recently, a decision has been made to introduce a new group of executives to manage this phase of transition at s.c.g. The first executive is Mr. James Bogue, who has been selected to fill the position of CEO and Managing Director of s.c.g. Mr. Bogue has had a long track record of high performance, but has had little experience with mergers, acquisitions and takeovers. Mr. Bogue understands that his ability to adapt his leadership style to the organization may differ due to his values, orientations and preferences, as well as his effectiveness as a transactional and transformational leader. He has contacted the A-Team HRM change consultants to help in the matter and has voiced his concerns regarding what his role as a strategic leader will involve, how he will be able to integrate with the organization, and what changes are or are not possible. He also wishes to identify possible systems for organizational development and learning to lead to further improvement at s.c.g. We asked Mr. Bogue what he thought his role as a strategic leader through change would entail.
I see my new appointment as an opportunity, or a challenge if you like. I think when you look at the role of a strategic manager through change, it's important to understand that it's not just about strategic activity, but it's relational and symbolic as well. It's really about managing change and organizational learning, about being ambidextrous by balancing the current state, structure and resources with the future needs, strategy and orientation of the business. So being transformational and transactional. And it's really about creating learning opportunities through exploration and exploitation. That's how I see my role in this change process. And when the merger is complete and people turn around and ask, who is James Bogue? This is what I want them to be able to say that I've achieved.
So how do you suggest Mr. Bogue becomes more integrated into the organisation?
I think it's important not to view Mr. Bogue's appointment as a takeover or a replacement of the previous CEO, but more of an integration into the current organisation. He'll have expectations to meet and big shoes to fill, but that's not to say he should opt for assimilation or divergence. I think it's more of a case of a gradual accommodation.
Well, mate, integration it's a two-way street if you want it to work. Mr. Bogue is going to come in with his own ideas and we are going to have our own expectations of him as the new boss. So it's really about acknowledging the points of difference and then meeting somewhere in the middle.
So what changes would you suggest to improve organisational development and learning?
I think it will be very interesting to see how the new CEO aims to improve development and learning across the company. I mean, it's not something that can happen overnight, especially considering that we've never been encouraged to think outside the square or challenge existing assumptions. I mean, creating and sharing new ideas is not really something we've been about.
It is an exciting time for s.c.g, but there will be challenges, particularly in regards to remaining innovative whilst encouraging all employees to take ownership in their part of the takeover. It's about encouraging a learning culture that's in line with organisational strategy.
And what should Mr. Bogue avoid doing in his role as CEO?
Well, that's interesting. As much as I would recommend he avoid the same mistakes as the previous CEO, situations change. And what was wrong then could be good in 6 months to a year's time.
What should the new CEO avoid doing? Well, based on how the company's been, it's probably not my place to say.
Well, it's all about communicating. Change cannot simply be implemented from the top down with little consideration for the existing organisation. Well, not without some risk or resistance. Change is a gradual process, and transformational change must be led cautiously and strategically.
What I will say is that we don't want divergence and we don't want conflict. You know, to move forward, the company has got to change. As the new CEO, Mr. Bogues has to drive that change.
There's going to be a voiceover over this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Of heavy breathing. What? No, actually I am recording.
Bring me up, bring me down.
I am actually filming you right now. It's recording.
Oh god, like sound? Whoops! Well, that's an accurate representation of my role in the office, isn't it? Randomly start singing.
Tanya, here's my latest
Oh, thank
Wendy.
you. I'm going to take a note of it, then I'm going to flush down the toilet.
Okay.
No.
So, what changes would you suggest to develop organizational... Shit. Okay.